Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to all the group members. Today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, advancement in autonomous vehicles and driverless future. So, in group members, we have Jovan Preet Singh, Ramajit, Parammeet Kaur, and Maninder with us.
Yeah.
So, what are autonomous vehicles? Autonomous vehicles are like vehicles which are driverless. Like they don't need humans to drive them. They just believe on autonomization. Like they, the first autonomous vehicle was created in 1936 by Norm Bell. It was the first creation. Like everybody was shocked. What was it? But at that time, nobody believes that this gonna be possible or something like that. But nowadays, it's been most popular everywhere. Everybody's just stealing this idea of autonomous vehicles to promote their company, to initiate their business, getting new inventions in that ideas and amendments in this to create their business more powerful. Like this basically changed the whole human life because these don't need drivers. So this will also have some bad impacts and positive impacts as well. So what do I think so? Like as a positive impact, autonomous vehicles don't need drivers. So it could be a cost efficient to companies like cab companies, a lot of cab companies, and many other ways. As a bad impact, it also hits the employment. But as it's a very beneficial invention for the humans. So what do you think, Parmeet?
Yes, I'm actually in the favor. I personally believe that it will definitely help people, as the first most thing, the priority of everybody is their own safety. And according to a study, it was invented that 94% of the road accidents they mainly occur due to human errors. So if we see this, that there will be no humans operating these cars, so definitely there will be less road incidents, and this is one of the main aims that they are established to reduce these accidents. Other benefits include people with disabilities. Some people, such as the people in their old age, they definitely tend to reduce their vision, and there are some obstacles due to which they are unable to just use their cars. They may have to use any public transport, or they may have to ask for help from somebody. So I think it will be definitely a help for those people. Also, it will reduce the fuel consumption, as the cars there will be no unnecessary braking and acceleration that definitely waste fuel. So these will be the benefits, and it is estimated that this fuel consumption will go down by 10%, which is an advantage for all of us and to our environment, and will move forward toward a greener future. By this, I definitely feel that it will be of greater efficiency and cost effective. Now I would like to ask Ramjit about his opinion.
Yeah, Permit and our group members, I do appreciate a technology cause because it helps in reducing the traffic congestions. As it's an AI technology, these cars can communicate with other vehicles and reduce the congestions, which is causing a major problem these days. And other reason why I support the autonomous vehicles are it reduces the environmental impact. As we all know, the fuel used cars cost more efficient than the autonomous vehicles, and this reduces the pollutions, which is creating a major issue in the environment right now. And one of the other reason that I would like to add with this is that uh, this like Parmi said, old people can use these vehicles even if they are in a medical situation, or even if they cannot drive at that time, they can go with this car and act it as an ambulance. So it
Yeah,
would be really helpful in life-saving situations too. Now
right.
I would like to uh,
What do I think so? Like, yeah, these points are very good. Like, if somebody's don't know how to drive or do not have driving
yeah,
license, so they can also go with the automobile vehicles.
yeah,
So it's a very kind of helpful for the
yeah,
old ladies and old men's like who don't know how to drive, or like it's tough for them to drive the vehicles. So these are the best thing for them.
Yeah,
But apart
definitely.
from that, what do I think? Like, there are also some bad or negative impacts of these things. Like, as I said, employment hits a lot. Like, what do you guys think? Like, I start with Jovan. What do you think, bro?
Well, it will also hit the employment as well as it's also a negative impact, as if any old age driver will be driving it without any controls. If there is some like if the machinery stop working, so it will be out of control of the old man to control the vehicle, and it will be in trouble. And also there the autonomous vehicles contains a lot of sensors. If any of one sensor stop working, so the person who is having no knowledge of cars will be in trouble more than a normal person. So I don't think so that it's a good point
Yeah.
that old age people can drive it, as it requires a lot of knowledge to drive the autonomous vehicles, as it's difficult to control. As well as there are some other factors which affect it, like the weather conditions and the places where there is less networks. For example, under the tunnels there is less network or no network sometimes. So the autonomous cars will face challenges while driving in such areas, and sometimes there are some man-made obstacles in the roads, like some animals or some people crossing the road or something else. So it will be difficult for the autonomous vehicle to have a quick control over the emergency situations. So I think the human driven cars are much better than autonomous vehicles.
Yeah, just
I
like
would like to
yeah,
forward
just like
some.
Java said, like we can't really rely on the sensors and all that artificial intelligence because sometimes the sensors doesn't work properly and it can leads to major accident. Like if the sometimes the sensor do not detect the car in front, like so that could like create a incident that can cause a major injury to the driver or the passenger. So also like. Uh, if AI is taking over, like it's gonna detect all the privacy and security. Like we can't really rely on the artificial intelligence because it's gonna take all of our like information from us. So we can't really rely on the artificial intelligence. And also, what do I think is if like we are shifting from because it's a modern generation, right? So we are shifting from like man-made product to the artificials. So it could be like we can sometimes we have to try new things, and yeah,
Yeah, it is great. Like you, as you said, like artificial intelligence. Yeah, everybody we cannot rely on. Every time we cannot rely on artificial intelligence, but still it is good and bad as well. There are a lot of points for that. It could be according to the person, but as in modern times, like Tesla, we can take the example of Tesla. Tesla is going way too good with this autonomous vehicle technology. Like Elon Musk, a person with great man, used the idea to took over like autonomous vehicle in various ways, and he almost took the quarter of the market for the cars. Firstly, he go with the electric cars, now with autonomous cars. So he's just getting the market by capturing the new ideas like
yeah.
this.
I
And
also I also saw a news that Uber and Lyft are like giving the tryouts to the artificial intelligence to get some driverless vehicles, which is like gonna decrease the cost of paying the drivers, and it's gonna also gonna increase the transportation services for the customers,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
gonna be a huge like a big deal for Uber and some other apps like Uber or Lyft, if we consider those situations.
It will also reduce the cost for them. Like
Yeah.
Uber will get the less costs and a lot of other things as well like that. Yeah, Joel, what do you want to say?
But actually, the thing is that who will be liable for any accidents or something else made by the electronic vehicles or self-driven vehicles? Who will be liable if a self-driven vehicle hits a boy or a child? So that's the major challenge right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that is right. But like taking risk for something, it could be a good part. Like
Yeah,
as
taking
much
risk for
as
something new, right?
yeah, right. As much as high risk we take, as much as high the profit we will get.
Yeah.
But we
So
can't
this is
take risk
basically
with the
question.
life of people right now.
Yeah, yeah, as you
That's
said,
the
like it is
So
like
when,
it,
yeah,
it, it can also cost to a person's life. Yeah, but artificial intelligence could be responsible for that. So nobody's there to be liable for that. And I also think that this is the major negative impact of,
Yeah, it must be considered. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, even in artificial vehicles too, there is option for the driver to control the vehicle.
yeah,
So
there should,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
there
I
is
think
option.
like if it is automatic, the driver won't consider anything. He'll just be in a relaxed position. He'll think that the car is automatic and it can do all the functions by itself. So the person would be very lazy, and till the time he notice something, I think there can be a major accident due to
Yeah.
that.
So like it's a feature in Tesla we were talking about. So
Yeah.
it was basically a feature when it says like it can drive on itself, but
Yeah.
when you like put it on auto drive mode, you have to like touch the handle in like 2 minutes. If you don't touch the handle, it's gonna stop by itself. So that's the feature in Tesla. Like a person cannot like totally rely on the auto driver because it's gonna made you to touch the handle, or otherwise it's gonna stop.
That's
yeah,
the thing that if person will rely and he'll forget to touch it in another 2 minutes, so it can just go on its own and there can be some malfunctioning of the device.
yeah. Like as I think, like by time, the AI will also change this. Like
Yeah.
as Tesla, big company, and many other companies as well. Like all many popular companies also focusing on this idea, and they will definitely will improve this
Yeah.
autonomous vehicle thing. Like
These
which are
loopholes
the
are to be
errors.
addressed if they are to make be successful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there are changes that need to be made, but this
Definitely.
has created a big revolution in this market
Yeah.
because it
yeah, because
helps
Also, I would like to
many
talk about the
people.
case study which I have read. It was a case study regarding these autonomous vehicles, and that they told that these vehicles can operate more closely as compared to the manual ones. Like they can be just very together, and it can definitely lead to increase in lane capacity. So like now if we take example, only there are mostly three vehicles on a road if when we go. But those electronic vehicles they can be like accommodated four to five. So I think with this the construction costs will also reduce. Definitely it's an advantage for government. They need not construct more highways and more roads, as in the already built roads they can have more people, more cars, and also people can start carpooling as the driver will not be
yeah,
needed. So one more person can be accommodated if we are traveling somewhere. What's your
Yeah,
opinion?
yeah, you are absolutely right. But the carpooling is also available in the human-driven vehicles. And apart from this, if we talk about right now situations, there are less automotive autonomous cars, so there is no radar interference. But if every car will use the radar interference, it will be a lot of traffic, and it will be difficult for the cars to detect the correct path and correct ways. So there is a need of a lot of improvements in this case. So I don't think so it will be
Yeah, it's gonna
easy.
take like a lot of time because there's gonna be a lot of improvements. They're gonna take a lot of beta tests of it to like improve the technology, and like it's never like it's gonna take a lot of time to perfect
yeah,
it, right?
yeah. This
Yeah.
it is in its initial stage, and
Yeah.
something if it's in its initial stage takes a time to develop at its best. So I I hope like this will get to a better stage in future. Uh,
Yeah.
Apart from this negative impacts, the better companies like
Yeah.
the brilliant mind like Elon Musk and other companies owner will definitely take this negative points out and make this product as best as it can be. But one more thing I just encountered like that, like the price problem.
Yeah.
uh, the customers, all the customers are not like they can easily buy that project, that
Yeah.
vehicles. Like they don't have enough budget to buy, so it should be cost efficient. Like uh, I saw, like it was the first autonomous vehicle launched by Tesla. It was way too expensive. It
Yeah.
was like $1 million or something less than that, but it was way too high for a medium class person to buy that car. So
Yeah.
it will definitely gonna impact something
Yeah,
like
because it takes like a lot of capital to invent those cars. So that's why the
Right.
like no one is willing to invest in the autonomous vehicles yet. No one is willing to invest in artificial intelligence yet because they are not like uh, what do I say? They are not satisfied with the
Yeah,
result,
Yeah,
or
because
something like
the
that.
level
I
of
would
the
also
cost
like.
and the level of the cost and satisfaction will not match because the cost is way too much for that.
Yeah,
But
Um,
Yeah,
what do I think? As the production will increase in future, the price will definitely
yeah,
decrease.
yeah.
So if
Uh,
the supply will
what I
when
increase,
would
more and
like
more
to add.
competitions came, definitely the other owners will think to reduce the cost to create a better
yeah,
competition between the
definitely. Once
Tesla and
the
other
idea of
vehicles.
this automobile vehicles will go ahead and everybody get to know this, so more and more people will get to in this manufacturing of that part or something like. What do I think? Like big companies will definitely outsource their thing to like different countries and will also impact the economies of a lot of other countries and it will also get promoted. Like it's a good
I
idea.
I think if government will give some kind of help, some type of subsidy to the big companies, they can definitely take this initiative. So they'll be able to reduce their cost, and ultimately for us as consumers, the cost will be less and will become familiar. Also, awareness can be created regarding environmental benefits which we'll be receiving,
yeah,
which can definitely make people more aware. They'll be concerned about their environment and the issues that we're currently facing due to global warming and other things. So when this will be launched, I feel like it's very beneficial. If we go for a greener environment, it will definitely increase our capacity to live, which
Yeah,
is priority of everybody, definitely.
but I
Yeah,
think it's the concept of future. Right now, it's not possible to quickly move to the autonomous vehicles. It would take a lot of years to completely move to the autonomous vehicles, as it requires a lot of improvements. So I think it's for the coming future, not for today's time.
yeah, it is. Like in future years, like for future generations, like it's not about one to two, three generations. Like it's gonna take 4 to 5 generations to
yeah,
develop proper
Absolutely.
usage of autonomous vehicles. Like
Yeah,
everybody will using these vehicles because everybody wants to get in comfort in feet of comfort. So they will definitely go for that. And at that time, the cost will also get decreased by today's cost. Like so, it will be efficient or should be in budget for everyone to get this. Is this is a modern era, so I think this needs to be a change in
yeah,
future. The automobile vehicles gonna take place for these manual vehicles, as the manual vehicles also have the negative impacts. With some, they have also have some such positive impacts as well.
Yeah.
So replace. What do I think in future? This autonomous vehicle gonna replace all these manual vehicles.
yeah,
Do you guys think so?
absolutely right. You are absolutely right, Manch.
Yeah,
I
I
do
think
agree
now we
with
So
should
you,
sum it
Mesh.
up. The time is
yeah,
running short.
actually,
Yeah,
I want to
Yeah.
thank all the viewers.
It was a
yeah.
good
It was
discussion overall.
Yeah, it was a good
Yeah, it
discussion.
was wonderful to
yeah.
Yeah.
discuss this topic
Yeah.
with you guys.
So I want to thank you all.
Thank you
Thank you
everyone
all.
to be part of that video conferencing.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you. It
you.
was a fun, guys. Take care.
Thank you, man. Take care.